Hi there, my name is Madi and I'm a Colorado knitter. If you are new here, this is my YouTube channel all about knitting and mostly knitting. Sometimes some other kind of making, but mostly knitting and yarny goodness. If you keep coming back to watch, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. I didn't realize, but the last time I podcast was almost a year of podcasting, like almost exactly. I think it was a few days off, and I didn't even realize it. So I wanted to make sure we started off with a thank you, and thank you so much for watching. And this year has flown by, and this has been really, really fun. So I wanted to start with a giveaway, and I'm going to give away one of the hens collection from Loco. This is the Backyard Chicken Collection. And this one is Silver Duckwing. And it's the Phyllis sock, which is 75/25, a superwash merino nylon. And here's the name of it. And here's the makeup. And here are the beautiful colors. So Colorado dyer, I wanted to share this with one of you guys. And so I thought just like, subscribe, and comment yarn. You can just write yarn, Y-A-R-N, or you can write more in your comments. But I'd love to share this with you guys, and thank you so much for making my year so great. Let's see, what else can I share? I do have notes because I feel like I couldn't even get my act together. It's been a while since I podcasted. This is episode 31 and it is October 9th, 2024. Let's see, since the last podcast, I got to move Gabe in and his girlfriend into their dorms in college. My middle son had homecoming, which was really fun, and had a great time with his friends and his date. And then we had family in town, and we celebrated Ian's birthday. And then we met up again with other Colorado knitters for a knitting group at Loyal Coffee. It was awesome. There was a total of 4 of us, and we got to sit outside. It was a nice morning. Actually got kind of hot in the sun, so we got to move over in the shade, but it was wonderful, and I definitely got inspired. We had one knitter making the Mabel sweater, which I'll put here. It's by Joji Locatelli, and she was doing it in this awesome, I think it was either Malabrigo or Madeline Tosh, and it's so squishy, and it was definitely made me want to knit it. Then we had another knitter knitting the Tolsta tee in an amazing like mulberry color. It was beautiful. And then I was swatching. As I said, I was going to try to swatch better and working on some socks. And then another fellow knitter was also swatching. And then she brought her Strombolian from Caitlin Hunter. I'll put it here. That's on my wish list to make as well. But she had knit hers in Knitting for Olive, and it was beautiful. She said the lace work was really fun. So I want to do that too. But that's what we've been up to. I have notes that tell me to mention that it had been a year of podcasting, which I was too excited to wait and let you know. Thank you. It's truly been fun. I've got to meet amazing people. I've got to meet podcasters that I've loved watching, and I don't think it would have happened had I not gone for it. So thanks for making me feel so welcome. Let's see. So I finished my garden cardigan. I don't know why it takes me so long to do stuff. Once I commit and decide, just finish it, only focus on it, it goes by pretty fast. But when I knit all the things, it doesn't go very fast. So this is a wonderful cardigan. the folks I get to go to Rhinebeck with next week, which is crazy that it's already next week. We're wearing the garden cardigan for one of the days. Mine is in Goodwool, which I brought a skein. I have so much left. I barely used like 2.5 skeins of this for this sweater. I did not add mohair to mine. And this is Goodwool from Purl, SoHo. And I think in the past, I told you the wrong color. I think I mentioned it was walking stick, but it's actually hickory nut. I think this is, yeah, this is the right color. But I loved it. I actually, I did do the tubular bind off with the setup rows on the cuffs and on my hem, because I felt like as you're working, you actually create this band when you're working back and forth, and it has a really nice edge that's kind of rounded off. So I felt like I wanted to do the setup rows for the hem and for the cuffs. It is comfy. It's actually quite warm. I'm kind of hot right now. So it'll be very useful. I could put it over all my festival t-shirts, but I really love it. The other ladies' colors are beautiful, and they did add mohair, and it's really fluffy and gorgeous. So I'm excited to see theirs as well. But highly recommend garden cardigan. Very, very fun, very useful. It sits really well. I'll put a picture here of the back. It has this beautiful fold in the back so that it just sits on your neckline and your shoulders. It's really awesome. All right, the next thing I finished is a test knit for Briana Arlene. This is the, let's see, right now she has it named Wild Iris Hat, and this is it. I knit mine, this is brioche at the bottom, so I knit mine using Dreamstate, Spincycle Dreamstate, dyed in the wool is the fingering one. Dreamstate, Spincycle, and Stay Ready. And then this is the Ritual dyes. And I actually looked it up again because I always forget the name of the worsted. The worsted is Elder, and it's 100% Rambouillet. And it has this awesome shaping at the top of the crown that gives kind of that little higher vibe that's going around right now, where it's a little flat top on the top. And you can either choose, well, when you're knitting it, there's instructions on how to make this side facing to be the folded way, but if you change your mind, there's instructions on what to do. But I actually just did a short row, and I turned it like a German short row and grabbed it there. You can see it a little bit, but not too bad. And I didn't have to close any holes at the end. And then this is what mine looks like. Super comfy, it fits really well. Yeah. So I'll try to put a picture here of me wearing it, because I will mess with my hair the whole time if I put it on now. But I'm really excited to wear that and use it. I love the colors. Gabe already said he liked that one too, so I might lose it to Gabe, but that's what they're for. And I love knitting hats because people want them and grab them and wear them and use them. So keep an eye out for Wild Iris Hat. I think it'll come out later this month in October. And it goes by pretty quick because that's, this bottom is brioche, which is a nice, like if you wanted to try a little bit of brioche, but you don't want to commit to a huge thing, or you have a tiny bit of yarn in like a worsted weight, this is perfect for that. And like I said, there's so many options. The testers have beautiful combos. Highly recommend checking them out for the Wild Iris. And then it goes really fast because here you have the worsted, and it is 1x1 ribbing, so it fits many heads and nice and snug. This is the smallest size. Okay. So I'm almost done. I have a half finished object minus I didn't weave in ends or soak it yet. But these finally I finished my knitter socks, my Colorado knitter socks, because I want to wear them with my boots in Rhinebeck. And so I used, I didn't even look it up. I think that's the tennis sock from the Lane book that was all about socks. Yep, Tennis Socks by Sarah Hyman. And I just used the alphabet, to be honest. And then I did a 3x1 ribbing because I kind of wanted it to look like hiking socks. This is, let's see, I think I did 60 stitches, a German twisted cast on with just the orange. And then I moved straight into the black 2x2 ribbing for a while. Then when I did this colorwork band here, I did it in just stockinette, and then so when it's on you can't really tell because it kind of stretches out to be even, and then the rest is 3x1. I did do the heel gusset, the heel flap and gusset, and this is the yarn that I showed a while back that is Jawoll sock yarn, and it comes, so see in the middle here, it comes with this little bit of nylon. And so I did reinforce my heels, just holding that nylon with it for just the heel flap and the turn, but not the gusset. Once I finished the turn, I dropped that nylon, and then the rest is just with the Jawoll, this. And then I did the orange, and it's also Jawoll sock. I did not hold the nylon here. I considered it, but I didn't do it this time. So I have the Colorado one to finish, and I'm already on the toe for that, so I'll finish that today. And then I have my Colorado knitter socks. So I'm pretty excited about these. I love that it gives like the hiking vibe to peek over my boots, and they're super comfy and cozy. So almost done with that. I feel like I'm flying through this today. I have a little bit of a cold, so excuse me if I keep sniffling. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm all over the place, and so I won't be telling you things in order. But I just wanted to make sure I told you guys I had showed this on Instagram, and it was like a order that sold out so fast. Like I didn't get one. I remember I was at a high school meeting, and there's terrible reception at the schools, probably for a good reason. But I knew I was not going to be able to get this bag. But I'm so glad Rose in the Hen, she had a pre-order, and I did catch one. And so she made these because there were so many people interested. But I love the quilted mountain motif, and this is Rose in the Hen. And then look at, she even has some embroidery there. But I couldn't love it more. It's awesome. And I'll talk about what's inside in a bit. Okay, let's see. Okay, I did have plenty of cast-ons per usual. I want to have a sip of tea. I always get paranoid that I'm going to make a huge slurping sound. But my cast-ons, I'll start with a chestnut that I jumped on. I saw Joji had a quick like Instagram post saying, hey, anybody want to knit this Aran hat? And I was like, an Aran hat can go really fast. And so I messaged her and I said, I'll do it. And she has about 9 of us, I think, who were interested. I'm sure she got the responses in like 3 seconds. But it was a hat, a beanie that's knit in 2 skeins of Woolfolk Luft, which I have had this yarn forever and I didn't know what to do with the 2 skeins. So it was awesome. But her version, Hohi's version, is a folded brim, but I did ask if I could just cast on and knit and not fold it, because I thought it was quite beautiful where the ribbing meets the cables. And I barely will need, so I'm at the decreases already. I just started this yesterday. So it's going to be an awesome gift knit if anyone likes to knit gifts or wants to try a gift knit that's kind of quick. And the cable is super easy. It's a repeat of 10, so mostly it's ribbing, and then just every now and then a twist. As you can see here, I only twisted 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and in the pattern it's 5, but I didn't do the folded brim. And so I'm barely gonna get into this Woolfolk skein, but it's awesome. It's so squishy, so cozy. I can imagine wearing this all the time, but I might put it in my gift knits, which is like, this will be the first thing in my gift knits, because I usually make it and I'm like, ooh, I want that, which that's totally okay too. But I might start a basket with some things that I could gift people. Maybe. So that's awesome. So that's by Hohi. I should have mentioned when it would be coming out. I think, I wonder what it's called. Let's see if there's a name for now so that you could keep an eye out for it. But I'm sure you guys follow Hohi on her Instagram. Yes, it's called A Twisted Affair, which is a really, really cute name. It's on size 8 needles, nice and quick, so highly recommend. The next thing I cast on were, oh no, oh good. I thought it was in the car. But I luckily brought my bag in. So this, I tell you the wrong color of Woolens and Nosh Color Club socks, striped socks. I tell you the wrong color every time. Like I say it's this August sock and it's June. So I'm sorry about that. I definitely have a terrible way of keeping notes on that because I get so excited and I just knit all the things. But I think this is the September sock by Woolens and Nosh, and then I used Summer Lee's October colorwork pattern. I think that's right. So this is the Woolens and Nosh duo, and they're all wound up. So the mini comes with it, and then we have the self-striping yarn, and this is the Targhee base, which is 90% Targhee wool and 10% nylon, which I love the base. And so I have these cuties. I was inspired by my pal Rachel, Chapel Hill maker. She had done Summer Lee's flower on these, which looked amazing, and it was in white. And then when I saw the ghost come out, I couldn't resist giving it a go for this autumn color sock. So this one, I'm doing my sock a little different than I usually do. I've noticed lately that after I wear my socks for the day, they're kind of starting to get loose. Like, they're not getting like quitter socks where they kind of feed under to my boot, but they're definitely kind of loose. So I'm trying this out, which is brutal after a while because it takes a lot longer, but I cast on with a US 0 German twisted cast on. Summer Lee's base pattern is a 2x1 rib for just a little bit, which is fun because you get to the fun part right away. And then for the color work, I did use a 2.5, a US 2.5. The black is just a Mondim, a little bit of Mondim I had, Retrosario Mondim, and the white is a Coats & Co. mini I had, and then just did stranded color work, and wherever the stripes landed, they landed. And then the rest of the sock is in a 0. It makes quite a beautiful fabric, and we'll see. First of all, we'll see if I can handle it on a regular basis. But I do like the fabric, but that it sure takes a while to get as far as you want to get. It's great for soccer games. It's great for the car. I will have a sock with me at Rhinebeck. The heel I did is, I don't use the Summerlee's heel and her base pattern for these. Only this pair because I have the self-striping. So I did do the shadow wrap heel on these. I still find myself on one of the turns looser, but this I did at a soccer game last night, so that's all right. I just have the foot left on this guy, but the color works super fun. I think it's kind of fun with the autumn stripes. So that's one of my cast-ons, and I will carry on with that. Hopefully get that other colorwork band cast on so that it's easy just to pick up and take with me to all the places. The other sock I have nearly done. I don't know what month it is. I think it's the daisy chain, possibly June, possibly July. I just saw it on Piece for Piece Crafting, and I still don't remember what month. It wouldn't be too hard to keep the tags, but apparently that's a challenge for me. So here, these ones are my normal as far as what I usually do, and it's all tangled because I have too many things going on in this basket. But I won't show you the tangled mess maybe. But this is what I have for sock 1. I'm kind of at the point of trying it on. This is on a US 1, and for this one I did German twisted cast on. I've been liking the 2x1 ribbing. Here you can kind of see that I didn't knit a single row in that ribbing when the color changed. It's okay, I prefer it, but it was a little challenging with the tiny stripes. But it works out okay because I like the striping in the rib for these. Then it's on a US 1 the whole way, and then again the shadow wrap heel because I like that in the self striping. It doesn't interrupt these stripes, and I'm kind of at the point where I need to know where I gotta slow down a little bit because I'm almost to the toe. And then this is my second one, so these are chugging along pretty good. Again, they're on US 1s. I don't know if you could really see the difference. I feel like this feels maybe a little denser. Yeah, I can see it from here, but I don't think it'll show much on the camera. But 1, 0. They stretch about the same. We'll see. A 0 is so small. But I have that one, the stripe one, in my little project bag that I've been enjoying. I just usually clip this to either my bag or my belt loop and knit while I go. It makes it easy if I have like a tote bag that's bigger and everything is like put away or zipped in it. I don't have to fiddle with it. I could just have that on the outside. So the next thing I have cast on is, and I swatched, which I talked about trying to be good about swatching. I get to make a sample for Alicia Plummer and for this yarn company, Fantasy Fibers Yarn Company. That's cute with a skull and the skeins coming out of the top. And this is the colorway Enchanted Forest Smut DK, a 4-ply Merino Donegal Nep. And here's the label and the information. And it's a really pretty tweed. And this is the Bibliophile. I'll put it here in case my pronunciation is bad. And my swatches here. This is what I swatched at that knitting coffee gathering, and I was like, oh, my first swatch at home, so you're supposed to get 20 stitches per 4 inches. My first swatch was 21 on a US 7. So, you know, been knitting a while, and I was like, oh, well, 21 stitches, I need to go down a needle. So my next swatch is on a US 6, and it's 21 and a half. I need 20 stitches. So I was thinking wrong, and I needed to go up a needle. So my final swatch section is this. It's 8, and I got 20 stitches per 4 inches. But yeah, my brain was not comprehending gauge at that point again. It happens all the time, but when I had too many stitches in the 4 inches, I needed to go up a needle to make less stitches in that space. So I have not too much, but it's joined in the round, still doing the raglan increases, and then I'll eventually split for the sleeves and get in the round. Let's see if I can show you the pretty raglans. And it is a superwash wool, which I don't usually use, but it feels nice. I think it's because of the neps. I like the color, I like the neps, I like the tweedy. But I will send, I don't know if I'm sending this back to Alicia or to the yarn shop, but I'm happy to be working on this. They're really lovely. They don't want it to be full of pressure, so they are very kind about knitting at your own pace, which makes it more fun. All right, so that's the Bibliophile. In this bag, as I mentioned, there was something in here, is another swatch. I'm so good about swatching. But I have, these are a Sandnes Garn. This is a fingering and their mohair. That's Sandnes Garn brand. And it's, I would love to make the Amy slipover. I initially had thought to make it for Rhinebeck for one of the days, but it's not gonna happen because this is all I have. But I did swatch, and I probably need to do more because that's kind of tiny up here. But again, I had to go up a needle. I still have it connected to if I wanted to make more. This is even soaked, but it's a beautiful fabric, and I think I will love, 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 love this as Amy slipover, which I'll put right here. My pal has made it, and she recommends it. She does say that the ties take forever, but it was totally worth it. One of her favorites. So I will work on that. I'm definitely getting warm in my garden cardigan. Okay, the next thing is nothing I should be casting on, but I was trying to do the Clint Cowl, I'll put it here, by Gudrun Johnson, and I just could not settle in on a color combo, and so I decided to forfeit it. This is the initial little swatch I had of it. I mean, it's not a swatch, I started it, and then I was like, I don't know. So it's a cowl that increases down here, and then you seam it here. And the idea that I went with is these colors because I liked that inspiration of sashiko, which is Japanese embroidery. But I didn't know if it was too literal in this. So I love the two colors together. And then I took a peek at the Westknits spoilers. And so I decided these two colors are going to be my Westknits MCAL shawl. However, I am not doing the MCAL as far as with the time constraints, because that's the only reason I didn't want to do it this year. I know myself, I cannot keep up because I love to do all the things. And so I told myself, well, you don't have to keep up. That's all on you. And so you decide when you want to knit it and when you don't. And so I'm not going to take it as a mystery. I peeked right away at the end of his YouTube video for after Clue 1 to see if I liked it. and I loved it. And so this is my first little bit, but I adore the colors together. I think it's very cool. So I'm very excited about these colors. I'm very excited to just slowly do as I can. And if I don't like a clue, I'll do something different. But I'm really excited about this yarn and these colors. So this is Helix. This is La Bien Aimée Helix yarn. I had it for something else and I love them together. I think this is French Gray and this is Winterfell Blue, which is one of my favorite blues ever. If I see Winterfell at Rhinebeck, I'm going to buy more. But I love Helix so much, and holding them together makes a fingering weight. But I feel like it just makes this, it's very soft, it's still woolly, it's making the beautiful stitch definition. But I really like it. And so I'm excited about that, but I'm just gonna go slowly as I feel like it, with no pressure because, well, clearly I'm super behind already. But yes, I did purchase Westknits MCAL for this year. I can't believe it's been 15 years of him doing it. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's see. Okay, finally, I think I will just share a new item I received in the mail. So we don't need anything, right? We are lucky to enjoy this craft and this yarn, but I can't resist the sock yarn from Wool and Anosh, and then Le Garçon had a collaboration with them for 4 skeins total, and this is the season of socks. This is the autumn one, which I opened it and I gasped and I said, oh, it's awesome. I thought about making all 4 seasons for Donnie, and then I changed my mind. So I'm gonna make them for me. He has big old feet anyways, but I'm really excited about this colorway. It looks a little Christmassy, a little autumny, but yeah, that is awesome. So this is the tag saying it's autumn, and then season of socks, seasons. So you'll get 4, so autumn, winter, spring, and summer. And I will wind this and have it with me at Rhinebeck to work on. But I think that's it. The last thing I wanted to share was I started watching Edible Thoughts podcast, and I love how she explains patterns. She's so thorough. She tells you what needle she used, how much yardage she used. Like, I'm so willy-nilly that I was quite impressed, and it was a good reminder that we can keep that track of that information. But I really have been enjoying her podcast, and she makes beautiful things. So if you want to check her out, I believe it's Edible Thoughts. Let's see. I'll look it up real quick and then I'll link all the things below. Sometimes it takes me a minute to link things because our internet is very slow. Yeah, Edible Thoughts makes. And so with our slow Wi-Fi, it takes me a while to download the video or upload the video, and then add the notes. So eventually I get there, but if you have any questions, please reach out. I love the comments, I love the interaction, and I'm super happy to share any information I failed to give details or if I didn't write it down in the show notes below. But I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and comment yarn, and I will draw a winner, random number generator, to win this awesome sock set from Loco, a Colorado dyer. All right, thanks. See ya, guys.